Hey everybody, it's your makeup artist friend Kat here. Today we're going to do a bent-necked person, known as the bent neck woman from the recent, very popular Netflix show that I'm obsessed with called The Haunting of Hill House. If you haven't seen this Netflix show, I don't blame you. It's very creepy. It's a little slow at first, but it's so worth it. It's one of the all-time best TV shows I've ever seen. Follows the story of a family throughout the years where they grew up in a haunted house. That's all I'm going to tell you. And one of the ghosts that they encounter is this bent neck woman. She's so incredibly creepy. She definitely has a broken neck, as you can see. She's one of my all-time favorite ghosts in this whole series, so let's get started and turn into her. First of all, I'm putting a wig cap on to get the hair out of my face, and I'm gonna wear a wig later because her hair is long and stringy, and I recently chopped all my hair off. It was so sad, but that's fine. Then I'm gonna get my favorite makeup base primer. This is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base to make sure this makeup goes on smooth and clear. Then I'm gonna mix together a light foundation. This is by Cover FX, and some white cream paint by Makeup Forever, which is my favorite white face blaze. Blend those together to put all over our face. This definitely looks like we're turning into an old school Dracula character, but we are not. We're turning into the bent neck woman. You want it to look like all the blood has left our body. So our skin is very pale. And we're gonna do some other effects on top of this, but we're just doing the face and the ears at first, making sure it's all blended in with a damp beauty sponge. And once you have a smooth base, we are gonna powder that down. You can use baby powder like I am here, or translucent setting powder. Once that is on, we are gonna get some pros-aide and tissue paper, also some cotton balls. I am gonna get latex as well for this, and put down some pros-aide with a disposable makeup sponge on a part of our neck with a cotton ball. Then I'm gonna get that pros-aide again and drag that along my neck. It almost looks like a little lollipop on our neck. You really want to look at reference pictures of the bent neck woman for this. I found a behind the scenes picture from the artist that created this makeup. And as you can see, we are gonna do the neck bone popping out of her neck, like in the TV show. I am putting more liquid latex around it and some more cotton balls. You don't need pros-aide for this. You could just stick with liquid latex, maybe some spirit gum instead of pros-aide if you can't find it. And do some layers of tissue paper. This is what the tissue paper is for. We're gonna put it into one layer and put some of that tissue paper down over our outfit so that we don't get it messy during this process. Then with the liquid latex, we're gonna get that with a disposable makeup sponge, doing a thick layer across all of the cotton ball pieces that we put on our neck. And once you have a smooth, thick layer of that on, we're gonna get the one ply of that tissue paper that we used before on top of it. And we're gonna smush that together to make it stick to that liquid latex. We're building this neck up like a cake. We're not only gonna do one layer, but once that layer is on, we're gonna put some more liquid latex on top of it. And then we're gonna put another layer of the tissue paper. That's why we did one ply, so we could do multiple layers without it wrinkling up. Make sure it's really stuck onto those cotton ball pieces. This is gonna give a crinkly skin effect, but you don't want it too crinkled. We want some of it smooth to look like the bone is popping out of the skin. Now, once that second layer of the liquid latex and tissue paper is on, we're gonna put another layer of liquid latex to seal all that in. Get a hairdryer, taking those tissue papers off temporarily. Once it's dry, I'm gonna get a red stipple sponge. This mimics the layer of skin texture to do all of the holes that may be in this part, or to blend the edges into our skin. Make sure that layer is completely dry before putting those tissue papers back on, because we don't want to get the makeup on, because we're moving on to foundation next. Getting the same foundation mixture we did before, but with a stipple foundation brush to put that on top of this tissue appliance that we just created on our neck. Dual fiber foundation brushes are perfect for this because they get in all the cracks and crevices. Then I'm going to switch on over to a damp beauty sponge with the same foundation. If you are like me and a little squeamish about things being around your neck, a little tight, warning, this is a little bit tight when it dries around your neck. If you're a little odd like that, like I am, as you can see, I'm putting this foundation down near my chest, underneath this outfit. Then once it's completely dry, I'm going to put some setting powder translucent powder or baby powder on top of that. Now just dipping into one of my favorite J-Cat eyeshadow palettes, I'm using a matte gray eyeshadow color to color in the inner parts of the eyelid, around the bridge of our nose, and the sockets of my eye. I'm also going to put this eyeshadow on my laugh lines and my lip. I know it's weird to put lips there, why not put lipstick, but trust me, it makes it look bruised and creepy. Putting that same eyeshadow on the sides of my face, the top of my forehead, and my chin, even on that neck piece. This is going to give great shadow and dimension on the neck piece, like the neck bone is protruding from my neck. I know that sounds creepy, it will look creepier even later. Then we're going to move on to a thin brush, an angled brush to be exact, to do some vein marks across of our chest, the sides of our face, our forehead. And then I got some white cream paint, that Makeup Forever one that we used to mix in our foundation, but just get that alone to put on that piece of bone that's trying to protrude from our neck. And along the lines of it, then I'm getting a black stipple sponge with some gray cream paint from my Midnight Death Wheel, putting that on my neck and certain parts of my face. Again, reference pictures of the bent neck lady really help. Putting some of that eyeshadow again on my nose in certain areas. Then it's time for alcohol paints. This step is totally optional, you could just use some cream paint with the thin brush, but alcohol paints look so natural, they give great vein marks. And I'm also coloring in my lip and chin, more parts of my neck bone, and even on the top corner of my shoulder. This will make it look like it's sunken in a little bit, like it's bending. Looks thinner on that side because my neck is going to be making almost a complete right angle, it's going to look like. Getting that stipple sponge again with the gray to do more detail on my face. More cream colors to make more definition in my eyes. Then getting that white cream paint again because I feel like we're still not pale enough. Putting some highlight colors on my face. You could get a brush and then blend it in with our fingertips, making sure not to cover the vein marks that we did before. This is going to give so much more highlight and make everything else show up more for more depth and dimension. I'm even not only going to put on the high points of my face, but also on my neck and chest. Again, remember not to cover the vein marks, because I'm doing even more vein colors before getting our wig. This is the wig that I used for Gaston. It's very cut up, but I just clipped it on with some bobby pins. Got some matte black eyeshadow to deepen in my eyes before getting some gel. If you squeeze a lot of gel into your hands and wipe it across your hair, it's gonna give the Samara technique look, what I call it, meaning it's gonna make your hair look damp and wet, like it's streaky and dirty. Once you made your hair more Samara-like, I'm going to get the alcohol paint again with a darker color and do some more vein marks and details. Areas that I feel like need more definition. Veins, they're kind of darker when they protrude more, and then they blend out to a lighter color when they go disperse into other parts of the skin. And speaking of vein marks, if you want this to be super realistic, you don't need to have this, but it's nice. This is a silicone product by Dermaflage, and it looks like an injectable thing. It's not. It's just how it disperses the product from this injection-like device. It just mixes two silicone parts together to make this ooey gooey great product for vein marks and to fill in certain pockets in the skin. It's so amazing. They also do glitter ones and all different kinds, stuff for moles. I've used this on my Post Malone video, but I'm just making deep, dark vein marks with this dry blood color they have. As you can see, I'm also putting it around my neck. And once you're done using that, we are completely done turning into the bent neck woman from the TV show, The Haunting of Hill House. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, especially those who are also fans of The Haunting of Hill House. If you're like me, you've been binge watching it. I can't wait to see more seasons. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is so creepy. Honestly, my boyfriend couldn't even look at me like this because it's that creepy. He can't even watch the show. But now it's time for us to turn back into ourselves. All the products I use in this video will be listed down below in the description box as always. Leave a comment down below on what you would like to see in the next video. Maybe I'll choose your comment to turn into whatever you come up with. You could definitely follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I have it all. See what is coming next to YouTube on my channel. And I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!